So we have a really important new data point in our quest to save the world that I think is very significant. These are Atlantic white cedars, okay? Chamaecyparis thyoides, native to, from Louisiana all the way to Maine. And again, this is a tree that doesn't rot. It grows quickly. It likes wet spots that are not necessarily good for agriculture. Any place there are Phragmites or other spots you don't want to run a tractor. These are seedlings that on this show we picked off this tree, put in this pot to grow. What's the significant thing that we've learned though? This Atlantic white cedar is only 3 years old and has loads of, you could say they're berries. It's a convergent evolution. They're really cones. Most cypress take at least 10 years to make cones. All those cypress that are out there still arguing about maples, I don't know if they're ever going to make a decision about it, but all of those cypress take 10, 15, 20, 30 years to make cones. So when we're planting these gardens, what we want to do with a tiny forest is have it breathe out seeds. But we also don't really have 10 years to goof around. The Atlantic white cedar is going to fill this slot perfectly. It's going to work like a birch. Birches come up and make seeds quickly in like 3 or 4 years. So do Atlantic white cedars. I always wondered how, like in the fossil record, these trees were able to literally follow the glacier as it melted 10,000 years ago, right where I live. The glacier melted and the Atlantic white cedars were there immediately. I always thought it was indigenous people packed them with them because they use them for everything, because they bend a lot. You can literally take the top of this tree and just bend it over, right? Because that's how they would make houses and canoes and stuff. I think they move that fast because they reproduce that fast. And all we need to do is give them a lead. And we've got this. They'll fix carbon like absolute machines. They grow super fast. They're super cute. Yeah, they blow over if it's super windy, so you got to protect them from the wind. That's it. But we got it. Atlantic white cedar, Chamaecyparis thyoides. Get some seed, plant it, go out in the fall and look for it. When these seeds are ripe, I'll show you how to save them, collect them, pick them, whatever. But we got this. We absolutely got this. Okay? This was super, and it is. You can look it up. They're going to tell you that they'll produce seeds in 2 or 3 years. Why aren't we doing this? I had to find out the hard way. I had to experience it. I had to observe it myself. I have 3 of these plants planted in 3 different places in town, all making cones in the 3rd year. Okay, that's 100%. Stay strong.